Welcome back to CHODSTRUCK. It's your host, Red. Got a video today for Manosphere Highlights Daily. This is how Chad destroys realistic standards for below average looking women. You're not all 10s. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the Manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
No, I look at myself sometimes and I just think I'm so gross.
You are not gross.
I was actually working really hard on the apps for like the last couple weeks. I mean, messaging every single man that I matched with, complimenting people I didn't match with. I've never put that much effort into it. And I finally got one response. One. And the guy was really attractive and I just said, "Hey, how are you?" And he said,
Ugly women get the same experiences as average men. When they get older, at least.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Today, we've got a prime example of how below average looking women end up CHADSTRUCK and how that shapes the rest of their dating lives. These clips are from My Big Fat Fabulous Life, the reality show. It's pure gold, and there is a lot to unpack, so let's dive right in.
it's nerve-wracking being face-to-face with Alexandre. Like, the fact that you need a matchmaker to help you find a man feels pretty vulnerable and kind of embarrassing, even though obviously this is what she does all the time. I'm just really hoping that she has some solutions to facilitate finding me a good quality date.
First things first, matchmakers. Let me break it to you. Matchmakers are no magicians.
They're not.
If you're going in with the idea that a matchmaker can turn someone with a 3 out of 10 sexual market value into an 8, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Don't fall for these snakes selling you dreams and taking your money.
Dating is not easy, and I'm so glad you had that time.
I feel like dating coaches or like these matchmakers are pretty much like recruiters for jobs, except the job matters a lot more. It's not like, oh, I just need someone to be a partner with. That's not how these women see it. It's not like, oh, I just need a job. No, they need the best job, CEO position that gets paid this much. That's why it's so hard for these ladies to ever match with anybody.
Time with him, that was wonderful, but now that train has left the station. He was not able to give you the full commitment that you absolutely deserve. And this is why I recommend different avenues. Definitely dating apps are one avenue.
Even the matchmaker is telling her to hit the dating apps. There's no escaping digital interactions these days.
There isn't.
In fact, look at this. The matchmaker conversation itself isn't even in person. This woman could be across the globe for all we know. Sure, it's good for business, but bad for building real connections. We're more connected than ever, yet the loneliness epidemic is at an all-time high. That says it all.
I was actually working really hard on the apps for like the last couple weeks. I mean, messaging every single man that I matched with, complimenting people I didn't match with. I've never put that much effort into it. And I finally got
She's literally sounding like an average man that messages everyone, hits like on everybody.
One response. One. And the guy was really attractive and I just said, "Hey, how are you?" And he said, "You're a goddess." And I said, "Oh, well, that's an interesting, answer to, hey, how are you?" But thank you. And then he said, "DTF." And I said, I didn't say anything. And then he said, "I'm 11 inches and thick." So I feel like for me.
For those who don't know, DTF means down to. Now listen closely to what she said.
I actually had to look that up, like, when I first started doing this.
Next.
Like, I've had enough sex in life, you know what I mean? Most women don't have problem getting sex, so I don't care about that anymore.
What the fuck do we need you for?
Gold. She just confirmed what we've been saying all along. Women, even the land whales, have no problem getting sex. This guy was probably a Chad or looking to add a fat one to his roster for the night. Notice how she said, "I don't care about that anymore."
Most women don't have problem getting sex, so I don't care about that anymore.
meaning she cared a lot when she was younger.
Oh, she got a lot when she
Now
was younger, I'm
that
sure.
she's pushing 40, she suddenly wants to have standards. The real problem? Once women engage with a Chad, they are left CHADSTRUCK.
Nobody's really telling the truth here. I think, Whitney is picky. She wants something that's kind of out of reach, and she wants everything to be lined up perfectly. That's not going to help her get a man. That's kind of, I think, a problem is that she's expecting some perfect, elaborate, love connection.
Pretty much.
And that just doesn't happen. If you can't look inwards and see what's wrong with yourself, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to convince you. Everybody telling you that you're perfect all the time isn't going to make you change.
This is why matchmakers throw in the towel and stop taking on female clients. These women are downright delusional. You can't help these body positivity warriors. By the way, this guy is her ex. And let me tell you, there's nothing fat about him. We've exposed this many times on this channel. Fat women want nothing to do with fat men.
Nope.
Check out this next clip.
When I met you, you were thin and you had no problems attracting men.
That's true.
If there is something that you could change about yourself to make things easier for you, would you consider losing weight again?
Like, the person's eating fucking pickles in front of the camera as you're interviewing or doing whatever. This person has no control over their appetite.
You've done it in the past. You
And are disgusting at how they chew. Holy.
had men falling all over you. You would light up a room and everybody was attracted to you. They still are, but
Lies.
size holds you back.
Lies.
Whitney can't get in front of a man because she's so easily discounted. She is just dismissed so quickly. I have watched it happen over and over again. If there was something about me that I could change that would help me reach my goals, I would probably do it.
Of course. But this is what I say, guys. They say they put in so much work, they put in so much effort to find a man, that they're so tired that they can't find one because every single man they go through treats them like shit. This is the work they put in. Absolutely nothing.
This right here is the hard truth. Men in general aren't attracted to fat women. And guess what? Most women aren't attracted to fat men either.
True.
But here's the double standard. Men are expected to take these women just as they are. Men are fed up with this. I can't sit here and tell you to man up and settle for something that doesn't benefit you.
Man up and just walk away, guys. Walk away.
It's not fair and it's foolishness.
It's not logic.
Obesity is through the roof. And it's not just unattractive, it's unhealthy. Why in the blue hell would you want an unhealthy girlfriend? And why would a woman want to be unhealthy for her man? The foolishness. These women don't have your best interest at heart. Think about that. Here, check this out.
It's not only about the men. It is the way that you become invisible to the entire world.
Yep.
It is the way that everything communicates to you that you are worth nothing now.
Yep.
Because you're fat.
Yep.
Have I done myself?
I'm not trying to be harsh about it because it's the truth. That is how the world literally views you. I'm not saying that they are completely worthless as people or whatever it is, but the world sees you that way, and majority of people kind of see it that way.
A disservice by doing what I thought was right, which was accepting myself and owning my fatness and repositioning it as, not this horrible thing, was all.
Why would that all of a sudden change when you just do something to reposition your own ideology? It doesn't change everybody else's ideology about fat people.
That wrong?
Yes. It's
Right
wrong.
or wrong, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? This is about attraction. And attraction is not a choice. If you're trying to be in a relationship, you've got to take men's preferences into account. You can't force men to desire something they are naturally not into. The same goes for women. Their hypergamous nature won't let them feel attraction for men who are lower on the socioeconomic ladder. Fellas, this game costs money, whether you like it or not. And once Chad comes into the picture, smashing through the below average field, it's game over. These women are left CHADSTRUCK, and they can't settle for anything less. The internet, like a performance-enhancing drug, only feeds this delusion. No matter how hard you try, you can't convince these women to have realistic standards. Only when reality hits them square in the face, when they have no other options left, will they consider changing. And 9 out of 10 times,
And even then, they're not gonna change.
it's too late. And this woman knows exactly what time it is, which is why you shouldn't feel
Fucking
sorry
chow
for her.
time.
No, I look at myself sometimes and I just think I'm so gross.
You are not gross.
But if I lost weight, I would just continue to get grosser. Like, I mean, where's all this skin gonna go? You know what I mean? And like being this age, and then the whole thing just like overwhelms me. And
I just see you becoming more and more hopeless. I know there are things you want that you don't have, but please do not give up.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. You got everything else, thank you. Let a man keep his clothes.
Now can I get a drizzle?
Drizzle, drizzle.
Drizzle.
Man, that's where we working. Protect yourself at all times.
Like, it's funny that these women wonder what the fuck is going on. But as men, we see it and just like, yeah. You got alpha widowed by Chads when you were in your 20s running through you because, yeah, they sent the exact same DM back then. Hey, you're gorgeous. Down to fuck. And you were like, fuck yeah, back then. Now you're like, I want a relationship. Too fucking late. Please express them below. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.